Hey, it's Sue.
And Megan in the restricted section.
And today we're doing a review of The Girl with All the Gifts.
And we're doing it dressed like Hungries.
Yes, which if you haven't read the book,
It's zombies!
there's Hungries up in here. So, this is by M.R. Cary.
Yes.
And it's a zombie novel,
It
as
is.
we said.
And we read this as part of our HalfHalloweenAthon. And this review is one of our challenges, which is to review a book in costume.
Yes. And fittingly, we're drinking Apocalypse IPA.
We are.
And this is from a brewery I don't think I've ever had anything from, which is 10 Barrel Brewing Company from Bend, Oregon.
Same. So we're gonna try it. Devour it.
It's pretty good.
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to take a second to get used to it. It has like a weird kind of sweet flavor in there.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
It's a
I think I like it though.
Yeah, it's alright.
I think I like it.
I think I like it.
So, the first half of this video, or the first part of this video, will be spoiler free, and then we're gonna do a spoilery discussion at the end.
Yes.
So we'll warn you before that comes along if you don't want to hear spoilers.
Yes.
But this book follows a little girl named Melanie. Actually, it follows a few characters, but she's the main character, I would say. And she is in a government facility, and she's kept like strapped down and muzzled, and she doesn't really understand why. That's just her life.
She just knows it as normal for her.
And then you find out that there's been a outbreak of a disease of sorts. I don't want to give too much away.
Right.
And she has something to do with that.
Right.
I'll just say that.
We'll go with that. Yes.
And this book is super compelling.
Very compelling.
Like, I flew through it. It's been a while since I read a book that quickly.
Yeah, I breezed through it. I didn't want to put it down.
Yeah.
It was really good.
So I really enjoyed it. I'm trying to think of something intelligent to say, but I'm a zombie.
I'm a zombie. I don't have no brains.
I ate them.
I ate them. I think that this had like kind of a unique perspective, at least I thought, because it was a child, and it was from, I don't know, I just felt like there was something about it that was unique.
Yeah, I agree. But then on the flip side, I also think that it had a lot of cliches.
Yeah.
Like, especially the characters. Like, the character of the sergeant, he was a total cliche. And the soldier, too, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Gallagher.
Gallagher.
I think they were both pretty cliche characters. There were some cliche, like, action zombie novel type things in it. And also the concept... I don't know that anyone else has written about this before, but I feel like it was only a matter of time.
Right. Right. It makes sense.
Like what the disease is. I won't totally give it away or anything, but like what it is something that I think someone was bound to write about. I'm not sure if anyone had written about it before this.
I'm not sure either, but it makes sense.
Right.
It's hard for me to say things without giving away spoilers. I am the worst at spoiler-free discussions.
I'm the worst at knowing what's considered a spoiler and what isn't. You know?
Yeah.
And also, I don't care that much about spoilers.
I don't either.
So I'm like, well, that's fine to say, and then, you know, maybe it's not fine for some people. But anyway, we'll discuss it later, so if we don't say enough for you now, just
hang out and watch it for later.
I loved how it ended.
The ending was fucking brutal, and
I loved it.
Awesome. Yeah, I loved it too.
And I was a little disappointed to learn that the sequel to this is actually a prequel, because I was like, man, I really wanted to know what happened after this.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll come out with a third book that's a sequel. Fingers crossed. I've heard not as good things about the prequel, rather. But some people really liked it, so hopefully it'll be good, because I am definitely still going to read it.
Yeah, I'm going to read it for sure.
Yeah, and I think the author did a good job of making you care about the different characters. I mean, with perhaps the exception of Dr. whatever her name was.
Yeah, Carolyn
something. But in a way, I still even understood her because, you know, to her, finding a cure was the most important thing.
Right.
And so she would do whatever she could. But I also think she had motivation. Her motivations were more that she wanted the glory.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah.
Than, like, to actually save humanity.
Yeah. So, with the exception maybe of her, I would say that I really ended up liking all the characters. Even though, like, the sergeant especially starts off as kind of a villain.
Yeah, he's definitely a douche in the beginning.
Yeah. I don't think there was anything particularly special about the writing style. But, I mean, it was really well written and very, like we said, compelling. Like, it was very readable.
Yeah. And I think, like, it changed to different perspectives. Like, different chapters were different perspectives. But I still think, like, it had really good flow, but at the same time, each character had their own distinct voice.
Yeah.
Like, when I was reading a chapter from, like, the sergeant's perspective, it felt like that. You know what I mean? Like, but the book didn't feel disjointed or, you know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
The thing.
And I really liked that, like, I honestly kind of assumed that this was written by a woman.
Yeah.
And then I found out that it wasn't, it was a man.
Yeah.
But I just assumed that because the main character is a female, or three of the main characters are women. And I don't know, that just made me assume that it was written by a woman, so it is kind of nice that a man wrote a book that had mostly
female characters. And they were pretty powerful women.
Yeah.
In their, you know, each in their own way.
Yeah. But I gave it 4 stars. It wasn't quite a 5-star read for me, just because, like I said, I do feel like there was some cliche stuff. I don't know, when I finished it, I wasn't like, oh my god, that's amazing. But I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really good. I also gave it 4 stars.
So, shall we start in on our spoilery discussion?
Let us do that thing of which you speak.
Let us do it.
Let us.
So the thing we were talking about, obviously, that it was bound, someone was bound to write about it, was the ant fungus. We've even talked about that on our channel before, because we were talking about how terrifying the fact that ant fungus exists.
And that what the fuck would happen if it crossed species. Well, that would happen.
Yeah. So I feel like the concept was maybe, I mean, like I said, I'm not sure that anyone's ever written about it before, but maybe it's not like the most original concept.
Right.
I don't know. But I did like the concept of, you know, these children who, they still retained their humanity.
Some of their I liked that, and I liked the idea of, like, zombie hybrids. Like, the kids who were born to zombies.
Yeah, which I will say that I was like, how the fuck could any child survive infancy with zombie parents?
Unless,
I don't really get that.
In one of the parts, it talked about, like, eating the mom for sustenance.
Oh, that's possible.
I think the doctor said something about it when she was, like, telling Melanie all about.
So they would just be born and immediately be eating
their mom, or eat their way out, and then just eat their mom.
Oh. My question with that and with zombies in general is, like, our teeth aren't designed for that.
No. No, they're not. So, like, I know a human bite can do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But, like,
I guess that's why zombies aren't usually depicted as having, like, super strength and stuff, too.
Right, because you gotta bite through
Which
a lot
I guess
of muscle
comes just
flesh.
from not having, nervous, not feeling pain anymore.
Yeah.
I think that would...
And just having, like, no other impulses except for eating.
Yeah.
So you don't care about anything else.
Yeah. That's
more important than everything.
Yeah, but I really liked Melanie as a character. I liked Miss Justineau, although I just thought, like, all of the adult characters had some cliche aspects. Like, Miss Justineau was, like, she had a dark past.
Right.
You know? Like,
right.
She seemed like the perfect hero.
Like warm, fuzzy.
And then you find out she has something dark in her past, which you're like, of course she does.
Of course she does.
And the sergeant was, like, the hard as nails, like, gotta do what I gotta do.
Soldier.
You know, he even had, like, a physical scar on his face. And then, you know, as the book progresses, you find out that he's actually
nice guy.
kind of
He's got a
warm
heart of
and, warm
gold.
and fuzzy inside.
Right.
And then you have Gallagher, who's like the green young soldier.
Who's scared all the time.
Yeah, which is, again, a little cliche, I think. And then there's the scientist who only cares about her
Science
work and not about anything else.
Yeah.
And I feel like Melanie was perhaps the only character who wasn't super cliche, although she was like a child genius, which that's a little cliche.
A little bit, yeah, but not as bad, I don't think.
Yeah.
And that...
So that would be my one main critique of the book, I think.
Just cliches.
There was some cliches. That being said, it was still very enjoyable to read.
It was super
cliches
good.
and all.
But there were some cliches. I thought it was super, like, gross and terrifying that the fungus, like, eventually burst out of the zombies.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, grew into this, like, gross fungal forest.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yuck.
That was gross / really cool.
Yeah, / fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Corpse forest.
Corpse forest.
But I would like to read, like you said, a sequel to this where the intelligent zombie children are, like, the new normal.
Yeah.
It would be interesting.
Yeah. That's why I was pretty disappointed to learn that The Boy on the Bridge was a prequel. And I was like, God damn it! I really want to read
a sequel.
A world of zombie hybrid children.
Do you think eventually, like, the more they continue to breed, do you think eventually the, like, need to eat other humans or just feed would go away?
I don't know, because, you know, that's what the fungus needs.
It's protein.
To survive. Maybe it would lessen because it would need its host to survive, too. So that if they're going around eating each other, that wouldn't be conducive to it surviving.
Right. Because, like, in the kids, they still have it. Like, they still have that feeding frenzy thing, but they're able to, like...
they can control it more.
Right. So I wonder if that, like, element of control would get higher.
Yeah, I feel like maybe it would. I mean, there has to be a reason why the second generation...
Can control it
more.
Right.
See, come on, we need a sequel.
Come on, we need a sequel.
The fuck? Fuck these prequels.
These prequel bullshit. Sequel.
Yeah, I thought the ending was really good, though.
Yeah, I really liked it. It was kind of like a little chilling. Like, I put the book down and was
poetic.
Like,
I was really hoping, though, that the doctor would get eaten by the children.
Yeah, she had that coming.
Because she had it coming.
Yeah,
so I was a little sad that she just died of her sepsis. I was like, damn it, I wanted her to get eaten by hungry.
So bad.
Yeah, but that little band of children was so interesting, too, because they were like a little warrior tribe.
They were, yeah. That was like
Lord of the Flies.
It's like zombies that can hunt you and, like... Yeah, like Lord of the Flies with zombies. That's terrifying.
I don't know. I'm just like, I want a book that just like follows those kids. Yeah. I want a book that is like 20 years after this book.
And it's like, here's the kids who have been educated and...
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that book could be cool because, I mean, surely, obviously, Miss Justineau can't educate every kid.
Right.
So there's going to be bands of educated zombie kids and bands of, like, rogue street ragamuffins. And so I bet it would be about that.
I also, like, one thing that also kind of disappointed me was that what did they call them? The humans that were the rogue humans.
It's like the scavengers or raiders or something.
No.
Junkers.
Boom. That was it. Yeah, the Junkers were just, I feel like they were just there as like a plot device, you know, like
something to create conflict.
Yeah, because they never really...
But that's kind of like a zombie cliche too, like when humanity goes to shit, it turns on itself.
That's just an apocalypse cliche.
Yeah.
But, you know,
it probably
I feel like that's realistic.
Would happen that way because humanity as a whole is not awesome.
And I do think there's, you know, because Melanie, she kind of makes it seem like she has a crush on Miss Justineau. Mm-hmm. But she loves Miss Justineau, and Miss Justineau comes to love her too, I think, even though she's supposed to keep a distance. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, on this base, you know, this military base where they keep them, they're not really considered humans, they're test subjects. Mm-hmm. But she develops, you know, she comes to care for Melanie especially, but I think probably all the children.
Yeah.
yeah, Melanie is just an interesting character because, like, you know, she's kind of she's half zombie, half human, kind of, and so she has that like uncontrollable animal urge to eat people sometimes when she smells them, but then she's also just like this sweet little girl.
Yeah,
you know,
a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also kind of heartbreaking because, like, she's never really been touched much because if she gets a whiff of human flesh, then she
wants to eat it.
Right. So she doesn't really get any affection or...
Which I guess, you know, at the end, she's with all those other children, she could probably hug on them. Yeah. You know.
They say she's dead. Like, she's cold. She feels cold. So, I don't know if he ever really explained that, like, does the fungus kill you?
The host? I don't know. I don't think he did ever explain that.
Because that seems not right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know, because it doesn't
But they do say that she's, like, cold to the touch.
Yeah.
As though she's dead.
And it says that her heart still beats, but it only beats, like, a few times per minute.
Yeah, so maybe she's, like, almost dead.
Almost dead.
And the fungus, like, powers her.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Fungus powered.
Powered by fungus.
Powered by fungus. This zombie brought to you by ant fungus.
I have many questions.
Me too.
Want more answers. But I thought it was a really good book.
Same. I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
And I would like to read the prequel. But more than that, I want a sequel. M.R. Cary.
Please, M.R. Cary.
Hook a sister up.
I don't know what your real name is. This is pen name.
Mariah.
Mariah Carey.
Mariah.
Murphy, don't you know we're zombies right now? We're gonna eat you.
Don't you bork.
Alright, so I guess that concludes our discussion of The Girl with All the Gifts.
Yes.
This IPA is not my favorite, but it's
alright.
Good.
It's okay.
Apocalypse IPA.
Yeah.
We hope you guys who are participating in the HalfHalloweenAthon are doing well.
Yes, and we can't wait to see more reviews and costumes.
He's just like, I sit on the table now.
You're being very bad. You're a very bad boy. A very bad boy, Murphy.
He's not looking at you.
He doesn't care.
If I don't acknowledge you, then it's not true.
It's not true. Then I won't have to get down. You'll be a very bad boy. Very bad. Yeah, it made me so angry. So angry at the bud, huh? Yeah, you're in so very much trouble. Yeah.
Oh, there'll be some links below where you can find us other places on the internet.
And if you're not already subscribed to the restricted section, do it or we'll eat your brains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just, I mean, the hungries just eat your whole body.
Yeah.
We'll just eat you.
We'll just eat you.
Just eat you.
Go get you.
Go get you.
Go get you. Better run. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.